Man, I could really use some coolant for that combustion engine. Well, don't worry, I've got you covered with my patented pump technology. Well, hello, I'd like to welcome on. I'm going to teach you how to use a pump. And you might be like, how do I use a pump? And I'm like, well, that's what this video's for, kid. Just hold on tight. When you put down the pump block, whatever it's powered or not, it'll stick down this little nozzle, and it will slide into the liquid of choice. It will absorb oil, sludge, anything. Do note that not all liquid tanks will absorb these materials. I think these tanks will not take sludge and sewage, but regular tanks should contain those. So, it doesn't do anything right now, and that's not a problem. You can just slap one of these puppies right next to it. Just need to provide some power. Let's just put a nice Stirling engine. Stirling engines are really easy to use. All you really need is some of this. You put one of these puppies down. Combine a couple of them, but I'm not gonna, because that's a bit too much work. Now I need a redstone source. I think a generic old lever will suffice. Put down a nice, sexy lever. Then we'll plop in a couple of coals. We're almost there. Now we flick the lever and watch this machine gain its Minecraft jewels. And as you can see, just like with the quarry, an adjacent storage unit will automatically be filled. But let's say it's over here, and you're like, that's a little bit too far. You're going to need fluid pipes, and fluid pipes are not difficult to make. You just take your regular old pipes and use some of this, which is gained from cactus green, which is a vanilla item. Just cook some cactus, turn into pipe sealant, apply it to the pipe of choice. Any pipe can be turned into a fluid pipe, and then you just do this. You do not need a wooden pipe, because just like the quarry, this is technically a it's not a chest. It self-extrudes into materials. But now you're like, this is dandy, but that's going to take a lot of horizontal space. Not necessarily. You can stack these puppies up like this, and they will still keep filling. As long as this nozzle touches it. Note, this does not count for these sons of guns. Let me pull out a tank, because this is really important when you try to use these. Portable tanks, tanks are easy enough to make. Tanks are just some glass. Portable tanks are actually cheaper glass-wise, and they only cost a copper, which is relatively easy to get. You're like, okay, yep, that doesn't work. You put it down like that, you're like, it doesn't fill it. Why doesn't it fill it? Why isn't there liquid going in? Because in order to fill a portable tank, you need to supply the liquid from above. Like this. I think it also works from below. As you can see, it says input. If I remember correctly, if I just smack it with a wrench, it'll go to output. I don't know what that does as of right now. I think it just means that it will output its liquid if possible, if required, if demanded, which is nifty. Portable tanks, if you break one of these, you'll lose whatever liquid's inside. But you can pick up one of these, shift-click it, and you'll keep whatever liquid is currently inside, which is really nice. The pump right now isn't going too... Well, I guess it's going fast enough. You'll primarily want to use water pumps for your cooling. But here's a quick tip, and this is kind of important. What a pump really does is it takes... This has been pumped for a bit. It will take the furthest source block of a pool of liquid and destroy it and turn it into these... I guess millibuckets, and it will transport it through. This water source will eventually deplete. Let me demonstrate. If I'm correct, it should now... Maybe they fixed it. No. It still destroys the source block. But you remember, like, what? That doesn't make any sense, does it? And then it's refill, and it will still absorb, because if I remember, it will still suck up liquids. Even if... Yep, it's still sucking up liquids. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Yep, it should be pretty cool. That's everything for now. I hope you use your pumps proper. There are a lot of ways you can increase the efficiency of a cooling installation. But this will probably get you going with your first few combustion engines when you're busy fueling up those quarries, getting those big smacks of iron. A few tips for quarries, though. They kind of ruin the surface, and since the really good stuff isn't until a couple of blocks below the surface... Why did it stop? What'd you find? Oh, I'll probably just stop because of, yeah, look at that. We can find some silver ore, and if I go to, ruby, I can find some iron. I got a mine shaft to explore. Look at that. Quarries are great. But in order to keep them going at a good speed, you're going to need combustion engines, which take water. They also take oil. And instead of getting hundreds of buckets, you just scoop this shit up and take it away. Look at this. Look at how gorgeous this is. But let's say, I want to put it in a portable tank. I'm like, sure, Billy old Bob, that's something we can make happen. Unfortunately, we're going to need a redstone engine. And there is one. There we go. These are easy enough to make. They are the wooden engine. The engines basically are the same recipe. They just require... here they require wood, cobblestone, or iron ingots. And here they require wood gears, stone gears, or iron gears. And they just plop in the redstone engine. These are the only automatic ones that require no fuel. But the benefit is really easy to make. And now it should start pumping fluid. Oh, no, it's in backwards. There we go. It's important to note that with any transport pipe, the wooden extraction pipes, this is always the part from where it will take. See, it's slowly filling this puppy up. That's how you take it out. Again, these cannot be extracted sideways. Don't forget that. It's an annoyance. Just remember, the part that has the actual floopity floop is the part you can take it from. But that's all. I hope you use your pumps wisely. Gather some oil, maybe make some fuel, make some sexy fuel. Because fuel is the best. More energy and more lastability. It's all in the mind, as they say. I think you can power quarries and pumps with redstone engines. I think it's only pumps, because the quarry will eat up its energy trying to perform an action, but failing. So, whenever you're using a pump of any sort, whenever you're using a pump, you might as well use some redstone if you don't need the power. But there's no shame in using a Stirling engine either. Just don't forget to provide cooling and all that stuff, And that's all I've got to say on that issue. I hope y'all make good use of this knowledge. This is, by the way, the Tekkit main. There may be changes in the future, but this should get you going. It should give you good oversight.